Okay, hello everyone. Today, well, today I'm going to talk about something that's one hard for me because I have lived with it for 11 years now. An illness that there really is no cure for right now, but you never know, there might be something for it. Also because it is Suicide Prevention Month. Now, this is a very important month because it's supposed to bring up awareness of suicide. And suicide comes in many forms. It's not just one certain way of doing it. There are plenty of ways of doing it that people don't understand. And, well, it's something that's very important and needs to be addressed and brought up. Because there are a lot of people out here in this world that are going through their everyday life and feeling a certain way, feeling down, depressed, that there's no one there for them, when there actually are people. There are plenty of people out there who have, one, gone through the same things you have, or two, are just professionals or people that just want to help. Suicide is, suicide is one of the highest rates of deaths in the United States. One of. And it's also, as I don't know what the statistics are for around the world, but I don't know if it's as high as here in the United States. And where it is highest the most for most people is in the United States military. Our veterans and service members suffer from depression and PTSD, anxiety, everything, because of what they go through every day. It doesn't matter if they're overseas or in a combat zone or what. They deal with stuff every day. As a veteran myself, this is very important to me because I have lived through suicide. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, actually. No, twice, actually. Officially, twice. I've been hospitalized 4 times. 2 times one time I did on my own. Fourth time, I'm not going to mention that one. That was just a stupid one. But, yeah. And here's a statistic no one really knows about, unless you pay attention, is that every day in the United States, a service member, 22 actually, let me get this right, 22 service members take their lives because either their wife left them, their girlfriend left them, they lost a battle buddy overseas, or in a car wreck because someone was doing something stupid when their first sergeant, or actually, no, yeah, their first sergeant and their command sergeant major told them not to do anything stupid. So, but it's difficult for a lot of us service members and veterans because we are seen in the eye of the public as tough, as people who nothing happens to really, that we get through anything that happens. Every issue we have, we get through it somehow. But it's not true. It is not true. Service members and veterans deal with a lot. A lot of them bottle it up, which is one thing I'm still learning how to not do. So, let's take this time and get this out there. Hopefully, everyone on my who are subscribed to me shares this video out, please, because maybe there's someone out there, especially a veteran or a service member that you know, watches this video and understands what I'm talking about because they've gone through it. Now, I'm going to tell you about my one suicide attempt. The other one was when I was a little kid, but I'm not going to talk about that one. Most recent out of my suicide attempts was when I was stationed at Fort Hood as a service member. I was still active. It was, what, 10 months since I'd been back from, 10 months since I'd been back from Iraq. Actually, 11 months. Let's get that right. I've been back 11 months. And I'd had bottled up all my feelings. Everything that was going on. All the beatings I was getting at my unit when I was in Rear D. All the issues I was having with an ex-fiance and all that. And becoming a stepfather and having to co-parent with a father who was a jackass and didn't like me, all because his kids decided to call me Daddy James. Not too long after Misty had gotten with me because they were comfortable with me. And also I was not a sergeant like he was, which was really bullshit. But it was just one night, about a month after me and Misty got married. And, well, we were living with a friend of mine. And one of my other friends was there, and they were both drunk, from what if I remember correctly, of that night. And words were said, things were getting heated. I was trying to sleep, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Listening to them talking or yelling and screaming at each other, getting upset. It was just too much for me because it was just too much for me. I just couldn't handle it. And, well, that night when that happened, I got so fed up that, one, I tried to set myself on fire, along with my cat that I truly loved. That's where you know I was really down on the rocks. I would never hurt an animal, and I wanted to set myself and my cat on fire. And my wife stopped me. Well, the arguing got worse and worse, and I walked outside in my PJs, and I just laid down in the middle of the road, hoping for a car to run me over or something. Not caring about life. I didn't care. I just wanted the pain to end. I wanted my suffering to end. Because a lot of people don't know this about me, but I've seen quite a few battle buddies killed. I've smelt the flesh of a human being after they were burnt because the enemy didn't care. They just burned the person alive. That person was lucky to be still living with the amount of burns that she had on her body. I watched a sergeant that was almost like a dad to me be shot in the head because some asshole who wears a turban and a towel on his head didn't like our way of life and how we were trying to help his country. So yeah, I wanted the suffering to end. So yes, I literally laid out in the middle of the road when a car was starting to come down the road. I did it. And again, my wife came out and she stopped me again from killing myself. And then called my unit in 911 and had me admitted into the hospital there on Fort Hood, which is where I was diagnosed with CPTSD, which is chronic post-traumatic stress disorder. But as a soldier, there are plenty of other soldiers, especially a Medal of Honor veteran, a veteran who has a Medal of Honor from Afghanistan, who is trying to petition that the D be taken off and that it just be called PTS, because that's still just, it's not so much of a disorder, because your brain's all fucked up there from combat, and there's nothing you can do about that. So yeah, I was diagnosed with PTS. I'll admit, I have PTS. And I'm on medication. I've gone to groups. I've seen a therapist. All that. So, and I almost became one of the statistics of the 22 a day. And I'm wanting that statistic to end. I don't want to see or hear about 22 of my brothers or sisters taking their lives because they can't handle the stress or the suffering or the pain that they're in because of their job that they're doing to protect this country from the enemies that we have to deal with, so that assholes can be jackasses and do whatever they want in freedom, and then complain about what the military stands for. So, this Suicide Prevention Month, I am making a challenge to everyone out there on YouTube to, if you think that someone is suffering and has depression, to reach out to them. No matter how much that person says, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. It is just a mask. Hell, right now, I have a mask on. Trying not to show the pain and that I'm in. Because I still live with that pain and suffering from 2007 and 2008 when I tried to kill myself. It doesn't leave you. There's no way that you can be cured of this illness. It's not a disorder, it's an illness. And it's one that there is no cure for. I don't care what people say. It's not just you can flip a damn switch and be normal again. Yeah, I wish I could be that way. Because I would love to have the enjoyment that I did before I joined the army. Or even before I went to Iraq. But, like I was saying, I'm challenging everyone on YouTube out there to just check up on people and someone you know, who you know has depression or has been suffering from something, but they